Assalamualaikum and very good evening to our lovely Sir Muhammad Ridwan bin Madani. Today, we would like to present about accounting system analysis and design, which is our PBL one, regarding about the case study on Lestari Perdana Sdn Berhad. First of all, I want to introduce all my member team. My name is Siti Sakina binti Masaki. The second presenter is Nur Atira binti Nurizan. Third presenter is Muhammad Hizwan bin Rusdi. Fourth presenter is Muhammad Hasnul Hamdi bin Ishaq. Fourth presenter is Muhammad Hasnul Hamdi bin Ishaq. Fifth presenter is Muhammad Izzat bin Muhammad Nasir. And the last one is Nurul Fakir Syuhada binti Harun. Lestari Perdana Sdn Berhad was asking the development of its system. First of all, they need to know about information system development. Information system development is a process used for planning, creating, testing, and deploying of an information system. There are 5 methods using in information system development. Number 1 is structure analysis. Second is object-oriented analysis. Third is agile or adaptive method. Fourth is joint application development. And the last one is rapid application development. Structure analysis is about the presenting the system in terms of data and the process that add upon that data. There are 5 phases which is required in design, construction, testing, maintenance, and evaluation. Second is about object-oriented analysis. Is a view the system in terms of object that combine data and processes. The object representing actual people, things, transactions, and events. The third one is agile or adaptive method. Is stress instinct team-based effort. Each circle is designed, built, and tested in an ongoing process. Next is joint application development. Is a focus on team-based fact-finding, which is only one phase of the development process. And the last one is rapid application development. Is more like a compressed version of the entire process. Lestari Sdn Berhad also requests about the system request. System request is a formal way of asking for IT support. There are 5 reasons for the system request. First is stronger control, reduced cost, better performance, improved service, and more information. Stronger control is a system must have effective control to ensure that data is secure and accurate. Some of common security control including password, various level of user access, and encryption or recording data to keep it safe from unauthorized users. Second is a reduced cost. The current system the Lestari Sdn Berhad using could be expensive to operate or maintain as a result of a technical problem, design weakness, or the changing demand of this business. On the other hand, cost-benefit analysis might show that a new system will be a more cost-effective and provide better support for the long-term objective. Third one is about better performance. The current system Lestari Perdana Sdn Berhad using might not meet performance required. For example, it might respond slowly to data inquiry at a certain time, or it may be unable to support company growth. Performance limitation also result when a system that was designed for a specific hardware configuration between obsolete when new hardware is introduced. Next is an improved service. For instance, allowing mutual fund investors to check their account balance on a website, storing on outstanding balance customer, or creating an online registration system are all examples of providing valuable service and increased customer satisfaction. And the last one is about a more information system. For example, a system that track customer order might not capable of analysis and predicting marketing trend. In the face of instant competition and rapid product development cycle, managers need the best possible information to make a major decision on on planning, designing, and marketing new product and service. And I will pass to the next presenter, which is Nur Atira Norizan. Thank you.
Okay, I will proceed to question 3, which is explain 4 types of feasibility study performed by a system steering committee in evaluating any system request. In order to establish a new system project, the study Perdana Sendirian Berhad must refer to 4 types of feasibility, which it can be used to analyze and evaluate of proposed system. The first feasibility is the operational feasibility, whether this new proposed system project can be used effectively after it has been developed. If there are any difficulty with a new system, it will not produce the expected benefit that Lestari Perdana Sdn Bhd aims. Organizational culture can also affect the operational feasibility of this new proposed system project. Next, Lestari Perdana Sdn Bhd must adopt the economic feasibility by identify the estimate cost of new system project, by consider the total cost of ownership, which include ongoing support and maintenance support, as well as acquisition costs. For example, whether cost for hardware and equipment will easy to get if the system face a problem in future. The third feasibility is the technical feasibility. The company should refer to the technical resources needed to develop, purchase, install, or operate the new system. For example, whether the software is reliable. Lastly, the schedule feasibility, where Lestari Perdana Sdn Bhd should consider whether the new system project can be implemented in an acceptable time frame. And when assessing schedule feasibility, a system analyst must consider the interaction between time and cost. Okay, next slide. Question 4. Discuss the role of an information system steering committee. The role of steering committee is they will give advice on the budget that required to propose a new system project. It is important to ensure that Lestari Perdana Sdn Bhd can make a good plan to prepare the budget for this project. The team will help to achieve the company target by preparing all the alternatives that can be used to make this project become successful. This steering committee will monitor the risks that might be arise from this new system and also will monitor the development of the quality of the project. They also will make some decision making regarding the changes to the project as it develops. Next slide. Discuss how the case tool could be used to improve the development of the project. Case tool provide an overall framework for system development and support a wide variety of design methodologies, including structured analysis and object-oriented analysis. By using this tool, we can develop a new system that can ease the user when they are using this new system. One of the type-based tools that can be used is code generator, where it can be auto-generation of code with the help of the design, document, and diagram. It also can be a documentation generation, which it can help in generating user and technical documentation as per standard and diagramming tool, which it can help in diagrammatic and graphical representation of the data and system process. So next, I will pass to his one. Thank you.
Yeah, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Hizwan. Okay, for the question, since the preliminary investigation is considered as crucial step for any project, explains its main activities to be carried out during the preliminary investigation. Okay, the first one is understand problem and opportunity. If the system request involve a new information system or substantial change in existing system analysts might need to develop a business profile that describes current business process and function. Even where the request involve relatively minor changes or enhancement, how those modifications will affect business operation and other information system must be understood. Okay, for the second preliminary activities is the define the project scope and constraint. Determining the project scope means defining the project boundaries or extent of the project. For example, a statement that payroll is not being produced accurately is very general. Compare with the statement, overtime pay is not being calculated correctly for production workers on the second shift at the luxury company. And the third, perform fact finding. An analyst will not always know the organizational structure of department involved in the study. Organization charts should be obtained to understand the function and identify people to interview. So an analyst will need to analyze organization charts to understand the function and identify people who they want to interview. And second, review the documentation. Third, observe operation. And the last, conduct a survey. So the fourth activities they need to do is study usability, cost, benefit, and schedule data. During the fact finding, data is gathered about the project's predicted cost and anticipated benefits and schedule issues that could affect implementation. When study usability, cost and benefit, and schedule data, they need to obtain what information they need to gather. So they need to conduct a survey and how many people they need to interview. This is what they need to study and get the detail from. And the fifth one, evaluate visibility. The step to evaluate the project visibility has four types of visibility: operational, technical, economic, and schedule. So the last main activities is present recommendation to management. At this stage, there are several alternatives. It might be that no action is necessary or that some other strategies such as additional training is needed. To solve a minor problem, a simple solution might be chosen without performing further analysis. In other situations, it will be recommended that the project proceed to the next phase, which is system analysis. The final task in the preliminary investigation is to prepare a report to management and possibly deliver a presentation. The written report and the oral presentation are examples of the need for system analysts to develop strong communication skills. The report includes an evaluation of the system request, an estimate of cost and benefit, and a case for action, which is a summary of the project request and specific recommendation. Okay, next slide. Describe 5 important components of the preliminary investigation report. The first component is introduction. The first section is an overview of the report. The introduction contains a brief description of the system, the name of the person or group who performed the investigation, and the name of the person or group who initiated the investigation. The second component is system request summary. The summary describes the basis of the system request. There will be a detail of the request summary. And the third component is the finding section contains the results of the preliminary investigation, including a description of the project scopes, constraint, and feasibility. And the fourth component is recommendation. A summary of the project request and specific recommendation. Management will make the final decision, but the IT department input is an important factor to the component. Time and cost estimates. Time and cost estimate need to describe the cost of acquiring and installing the system and the total cost of ownership during the system useful life. Okay, next slide. The question 8, as the project manager, Puan Husna should have certain skills to become a good project manager. Identify the skills expected from Puan Husna. So Puan Husna, to become a good project manager, Puan Husna must have these following skills. The first skills is project planning, which is include identifying all project tasks and estimating the completion time and cost of each. And the second one, project scheduling, which is it involves the creation of a specific timetable, usually in the form of chart that show task dependencies and critical tasks that might delay of the project. Scheduling also involves selecting and staffing the project team and assigning specific tasks to team members. Project scheduling uses Gantt charts and PERT CPM charts, which are explained in the following section, like Microsoft Project. Project monitoring. The third one is project monitoring, which is required guiding, supervising, and coordinating the project team's workload. The project manager must monitor the progress, evaluate the results, and take corrective action when necessary to control the project and stay on target. Okay, the last is the project reporting. Includes regular progress reports to management, users, and the project team itself. Effective reporting requires strong communication skills and a sense of what others want and need to know about the project. Okay, that's all from me. Next, pass to Hasnul.
Okay, now my name is Muhammad Hassan Hamdi. Assalamualaikum, and I will present to you the question number 9 until 11. Okay, question number 9. Discuss the importance of understanding the existing system at the beginning of the analysis phase. The importance of understanding the existing system at the beginning of the analysis phase is internal factors, which include the strategic plan, top managers, user requests, information technology department, existing systems and data, and company finance. Number 1. Strategic plan. A company's strategic plan sets the overall direction for the firm and has an important impact on IT project. Company goals and objectives that need IT support will generate systems requests and influence IT priorities. A strategic plan that stresses technology tends to create a favorable climate for IT projects that extends throughout the organization. Number 2. Top managers. Because of significant resources are required, top management usually initiates large-scale projects. Those decisions often result from strategic business goals that require new IT systems, more information for decision-making processes, or better support for mission-critical information systems. Number 3. User requests. As users rely more heavily on information systems to perform their jobs, they are likely to request even more IT services and support. For example, sales representative might request improvement to the company's website, a more powerful sales analysis report, a network to link all sales locations, or an online system that allow customers to obtain the status of their orders instantly. Or, users might not be satisfied with the current system because it is difficult to learn or lacks of flexibility. They might want information system support for business requirements that did not even exist when the system was first developed. Number 4. IT department. Systems project requests come also from the IT department itself. IT staff members often make recommendations based on their knowledge of business operations and technology trends. IT proposals might be strictly technical matters such as a replacement of a certain network components or suggestions that might be more business oriented, such as proposing a new reporting or data collection system. Number 5. Existing system and data. Errors or problems in existing systems can trigger requests for systems project. When dealing with older systems, analysts sometimes spend too much time on reacting to day-to-day problems without looking at underlying causes. This approach can turn an information system into a patchwork of corrections and changes that cannot support the company's overall business needs. This problem typically occurs with legacy systems, which are older systems that are less technologically advanced, and when migrating to a new system, IT planners must plan the conversion of existing data. Number 6. Company finances. A company's financial status can affect system project. If the company is going through a difficult time, the project may be postponed until there is more cash available to finance the effort. On the other hand, if the company is enjoying a financial success, such as a lot of cash, so the decision to embark on a new project may be easier to make. Okay, next slide. Alright, so question number 10. Explain the following project management terms. Term number 1, work breakdown structure. What is a work breakdown structure? Work breakdown structure is a hierarchical and incremental decomposition of the project into phases, deliverables, and work packages. It is a tree structure which shows a subdivision of effort required to achieve an objective. For example, a program, project, and contract. In a project or contract, the work breakdown structure is developed by starting with the end objective and successively subdividing it into manageable components in terms of size, durations, and responsibility. As example, system, subsystems, and components, which include all steps necessary to achieve the objective. Terms number 2, milestone. Milestone is a recognizable reference point that can be used to monitor progress. For example, an event might be the start of user training, the conversion of system data, or the completion of interviews. A milestone such as complete 50% of program testing would not be useful information. It would not be useful information unless it could be determined exactly when that event will occur. Term number 3, predecessor task. Predecessor tasks refer to the task that must be completed or at least begin before another task can start. Successor tasks are those that follow the predecessor task. Schedule manager have the ability to specify what must be done and by when to ensure a successful project outcome. For example, the schedule manager can designate that one task can only begin 20 days after a previous task is completed. Predecessor task come first and the successor task follows. And term number 4 is a critical path. A critical path is a series of tasks that, if delayed, would affect the completion date of the overall project. If any task on the critical path falls behind the schedule, the entire project will be delayed. For example, suppose that Puan Husna should plan all activities on the project, but once every activity has been listed, there will lack of information provided on the proposed project activities. So, Puan Husna as the project manager will always must be aware of the critical path so they can respond quickly to keep the project on track. Okay, next slide. Okay. Question number 11. Identify 5 weaknesses in the system analysis stage that can sabotage the success of SDLC. Weakness number 1 is it will increase development time. Weakness number 2, it will increase development cost as well. Weakness number 3, user input is sometimes limited. Weakness number 4, automation of documentation and standards are also limited. And question number 5, it is not applicable to the new digital environment. So next I will pass the presentation to the next presenter, which is Muhammad Izzat. Okay, Muhammad Izzat.
Okay, I will present the question 12, which is data flow diagram of cash disbursement system for LPSB using Microsoft Visio. In data flow diagram, we use 4 symbols. First, rectangle symbol is which is entity or data source, and then we have second symbol is circle symbol we put related to the process, and then we have arrow symbol which is data flow, and quote symbol is a specific parallel line, specific symbol when we have a data store. The purpose of data flow diagram is to make any person will be able to understand what the system is all about by just looking at the diagram. In contact DFT, we have only one circle. We name it system, which is cache management system. First, the symbol is entity vendor that provide invoice to the system. Then data give limited advice and check to the vendor. Second entity is department. We use arrow symbol to system their store file. The flow system give department arrow symbol receive document. Third entity is treasurer that dia revise the document. The arrow give to the system is limited advice and sign the check. Fourth entity is cache disbursement clerk that hero gives to the entity that retrieve document and cache disbursement clerk hero to completeness the document. And last entity is management that system gives them a payable report for, from a cache the cache disbursement system. For the next slide shows the intermediate data flow diagram. In intermediate data flow diagram, show the detail for contact data flow diagram DFD. In intermediate data flow, we have data store symbol that we know data will store. First process is processing department receiving department, and vendor give the purchase order receiving depot and invoice to the account payable department. We have symbol rectangular for purchasing department, receiving department, and in vendor that arrow for the purchasing order, receiving report, and invoice that circle process receive the document to account payable department. After get the document, account payable clerk, which is rectangular symbol for entity, store the document to parallel line that's store for purchasing order file, receiving report file, and invoice file. Account payable clerk also bring invoice and record the amount due, which is processed to the arrow invoice that store the payable file. Then the account payable clerk retrieve the document to Encik Umar, which is cash disbursement clerk. The process is to review and compare support document, and then together to the document, they prepare two part check give to treasurer. Cash clerk also record check amount due to cash disbursement journal. This that is parallel line for data stock. After the journal get the check document from the cash disbursement clerk, the treasurer give document to review and validate the document, which is processed. Three arrow to vendor is give them limited advice and check. The treasurer also record which is processed to the paid invoice file for to store the document. The treasurer also return second copy check to the account payable clerk. Account payable clerk at the end of every month use the information from the account payable ledger to prepare account payable report for the management. For the next slide, question 13, there is some characteristic that make up a good DFD. First is offer a graphical technique for summarizing the movement of data between the processing step that occur within a business process. Second, DFD should be graphical with supporting textual detail must be used good graphic and clear the process of DFD. Lastly, the DFD should have minimal redundancy that can be easy to grasp and quite simple to understand. Next, I will pass to the last presenter, Nur Fakih Syuhada Halu.
Okay, now I will explain about question 14, whether prototyping is appropriate for this project. Firstly, prototyping means early, rapidly constructed, working version of the proposed information system. A common technique is involve a repetitive sequence of analysis, design, modeling, and testing. Second, user input and feedback is essential at every stage of the system development process. Thirdly, prototyping allows user to examine a model that accurately represents system outputs, inputs, interfaces, and processes. Users can test drive the mode in a risk-free environment and either approve it or request changes. Question 14. Five suggested rules that could be followed to create the best interface that might be suitable for the cash disbursement system for LPSB. First, understand the business. The interface designer must understand underlying business function and how the system support individual, departmental and enterprise goals. The overall objective is to design an interface that helps users to perform their jobs. A good starting point might be to analyze a functional decomposition diagram or FDD. Second, maximize graphical effectiveness. A well-designed interface can help users learn a new system rapidly and be more productive. A user can display and work with multiple windows on a single screen and transfer data between programs. The third one, think like a user. A system analyst should understand user experience, knowledge, and skill level. If a wide range of capability exists, the interface should be flexible enough to accommodate devices as well as experienced users. The interface should use terms and metaphors that are familiar to users. Users are likely to have real-world experience with many other machines and devices that provide feedback, such as automobiles and ATMs. Next, use models or prototypes. It is essential to construct models and prototypes for user approval. An interface designer should obtain as much feedback as possible, as early as possible. Initial screen designs can be presented to users in the form of a storyboard, which is a sketch that shows the general screen layout and design. The storyboard can be created with software or drawn freehand. Users must test all aspects of the interface, design, and provide feedback to the designers. User input can obtain via questionnaires and by observations. Also can obtain data by software called as usability metrics that can record and measure user interactions. The last one, document everything. All screen designs should be documented for later use of programmers. If a case tool or screen generator has been used, the screen design should be numbered and saved in hierarchy similar to a menu tree. User approved sketches and storyboards also can be used to document the user interface. By applying basic user-centered design principle, a principal analyst can plan, design, and deliver a successful user interface. Thank you. That's all from us.
Assalamualaikum.